However, Max has shown a constant resistance to following the new standards. He has made a number of changes in conflict with standards without approval or even discussion with his supervisor. When discussing this with him, he has expressed on multiple occasions that he should be able to use his own judgment to decide how he will do his work, and has pushed back on feedback and clear direction from his supervisor. One example is that Max did not follow the standard on who can approve payment reversals within the ERP system without consulting his supervisor and without the necessary approval from finance. Max did not request authorizations from the requester's manager, which is the long-standing requirement, and without this authorization, he unapplied 2 payments in the system. There are other examples.
Don't mention that I was speaking to Ryan on chat, right? And that I actually posted on the ticket that that he approved it, and that he also wanted to follow up with it. No, don't mention that at all. Just mention just your side, whatever makes you feel like, whatever makes meet your criteria or makes you feel like you're the hero.
Section 3, performance and quality of work. When tasks are presented to Max, they often require continuous follow-up to ensure completion. Max's supervisor and peers are unable to depend or expect that tasks sent through email will be completed. If tickets are assigned through the Footprints ticketing system, they are often not completed unless further follow-up is done. Often when tasks are completed, they are not completed thoroughly or accurately, leading to additional follow-up by team members to correct or complete. In some cases, Max has reacted negatively to other team members. One recurring example is the setup of users and applications, which is known to be very time sensitive. In multiple cases, Max has failed to set up new users in an appropriate time frame. This has caused user impacts, such as the ability to start new assignments or to participate in training. There are numerous examples. Performance expectations. It is expected that Max will consistently be focused and productive during work time, as indicated by the amount of work, as well as availability and responsiveness to team members on group communication tools such as Teams, Instant Messenger, and email. As has been discussed with Max a number of times, productivity is not simply measured by a number of tickets, but by being consistently focused and working productively throughout the day. It is expected that Max will consistently follow standards and processes established for the team by his supervisor. If there are questions in non-standard situations, it is expected that Max will discuss the questions with his supervisor, then follow the supervisor's direction. It is expected that Max will complete his work on time and correctly, without follow-up being needed from his supervisor or other team members. Reason for the corrective action plan. The issues outlined above have been demonstrated consistently over a long period of time. Despite repeated efforts to bring the issues to Max's attention and to encourage him to take steps to correct his performance, after a period of improvement, Max's performance has again regressed. The following consequences will occur if the employee does not meet the above standards. Additional corrective action up to and including termination of employment. Immediate and sustained improvement in performance is expected, including satisfactory performance on an ongoing basis. The corrective action level. Converge 1 retains the right to take whatever corrective action it deems appropriate in each circumstance. violations of Converge One policies, procedures, or standards may warrant immediate termination of employment without prior corrective action. This corrective action plan will serve as the final written notice. Please note, Max may find that the Converge One Employee Assistance Program could be helpful to him. The contact information is below, and below we have listed the contact information for the Help Advocate.
Well, that's where I found the workplace bowling thing. That I went there yesterday. That's where I got my certification. I'll show you guys. Where is it?
So Max,
It's a 45-minute long. No, hold on. I want to show you my certification that I got for the workplace bowling. Where is it? Okay, go ahead, Tom. I'll find it here.
yeah, so again, as I said, Max, and I will keep saying this because I think it's so important. This is a step we need to take to address the performance issues and to have a path forward. Our objective continues to be to try to find a path which you can be happy, you can be productive, and you can feel good about your work here, your career, and as a team will benefit as well. That has always been the objective.
I mean, the person that.
This is the objective, and this was a necessary step. So
Yeah.
you know, as part of this step, you know, we will send you the cap, and then you will need to sign it just as an acknowledgement that you have read it and understand it. It's not a statement of agreement. We know that you have different opinions, but it is necessary to have an acknowledgement.
Yeah, EAP. Yeah.
So the next step here, Max, is I will send you this corrective action plan as it was read
Yeah.
today.
No, I understand. I mean, the person that you guys described in this performance action plan, you guys should have fired them a long time ago. If the person is that bad, you guys are not doing your jobs by not firing them, because that person is terrible. And if that person is me, you guys should have fired me a long, long time ago.
I don't think that's the purpose. I think the team wants to work with you and find a lot of value with your work, and they find a lot of value that you add to the team. So the whole purpose, as Tom has mentioned maybe 4 or 5 times, is to address some of these things that we have really high hopes that you can address them, and kind of turn the performance around and find like Tom said, a path to be more productive and to have you in a happier place. And you know, we've all got a lot of work to do, and we want you to help with that. Do you see yourself being able to take some of this feedback and being able to turn around some of the performances and the 3 sections that Mohammed addressed?
I mean, I'm willing to work with him, but I just need to, you know, he's been here for a few months. We got so many different things. If I do things the old way, if I only know how to do something the old way, the only way I'm gonna find out is either if he tells me beforehand, or if something comes up after I did it, and then he sees it's like, nope, we're gonna do it differently now, and I can correct it from there on. And we have a lot of those things. This department doesn't have didn't have almost anything written down. I didn't have almost any training when I got here as far as written training. There were some really old documents, but you know, yeah, we just kind of learned by our best judgment, and it's unfortunately that's the way I was learned. It wasn't. There was a team of like 1 person when I got here. Then it expanded. It doubled in size to 2 people. You know, he may went to QA. So, yeah, I was in a bad position. I was cleaning up all the garbage tickets for the longest time, you know, and and I did a lot of work, considering that I didn't. I came in and there was only two people, and I took on, not half of the work, probably like 40% maybe. So I'm kind of pretty proud of myself, you know. But Mohammed needs to use this as a, to fine tune his coaching skills. The coaching that he gives is very, I would say it's very, negative enforcement. It's, he doesn't give me a benefit of a doubt very much. Doesn't let me explain too much. Just kind of, just very abrasive kind of personality. But he's really well spoken. He's a very knowledgeable person. He's doing a lot of good things for the team. He's making a lot of good changes. I agree with, I think I agree with pretty much all the changes that he made. I just, there's, of course, I consider myself pretty smart. So if we have a difference of opinion, I'm gonna let him know that, yeah, I think in situations like this, I should have, I used my better judgment. Maybe I was defending what I did, because that was the first time I ever heard, of whatever he was talking to me about. It's like, Max, you did this, and I'm like, well, I was using my best judgment. I can only change moving forward. I can't change the past if you don't have things written down. But anyway, it's almost like I'm supposed to know all the, the rules that will be made up, in the future. Yeah, it's not very fair, And he's
Yeah, so Max,
yeah.
I would say to the degree that there's an element of that, that's not what the cap is about. The cap is about
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know.
two basic things. It's being productive throughout the day. That's very basic, right? And secondly, if there is a known standard, it needs to be followed. If there is
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's all this is. That everyone gets into situations.
If there's a known
something
standard,
new and
yeah.
they're trying to figure it out, but that isn't what this is about. That's absolutely right. If there's a new situation and you don't know what to do, bring it to your supervisor. It's not covered by the guidelines, and have a discussion. No issue there. That's not really what the focus is here. The focus is on very objective and observed performance issues that are not what you're describing. And again, if you feel that you're willing to take another crack at this, we are. We want to make it work.
Okay.
So the next steps are, I will send you the cap as it was read today. And today is Thursday, so I would need that signed and returned back to me by Monday if you would. And I will forward that on to HR.
Monday is Labor Day.
Sorry, excuse me, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions, Max?
No.
Well, thank you for listening to everyone today. Thank you for hearing what we're trying to address with you and trying to turn it around, as we mentioned. And we really look forward to a better work relationship and more productivity.
Okay.
So
Me too.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Max.
Yep.
Yes,
You guys
thank
have.
you, Max.
I'm gonna go to the doctor. Okay, Tom. You said that.
Absolutely, Max. Whatever
Okay.
you need to do it, and we'll support that. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye now. and very valid.
Yeah. Other.
Potential. It has nothing to do with the max. It has to do with the underlying issue is your performance issues that we discussed, and in addition to that, your negative reactions to management feedback that was well warranted given the performance issues. So our objective